Hello everyone! In this video, we will discuss about TOEFL IBT listening. Before we start, let me introduce ourselves first. My name is Nisa Ussolichah, and here is my friend Arindi Indra, or usually people call her Arin. Have you ever heard what IBT TOEFL is? So, what is that? So, TOEFL IBT or Internet-Based Test is also known as Next Generation TOEFL or NGT. This test is the latest form that uses computer and the internet as a medium. The test material tests are reading, listening, writing, and speaking. The material structure does not disappear but melts into the other four material. The question tests are not only independent tests but also integrated tests or combination tests. The combination test means that in one question there is more than one material. The duration of the test is 4 hours. For IBT, the maximum score is 120. It is divided into 4 question segments. There are reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Each has a maximum score of 30. Now, let's discuss about tips and strategies for doing TOEFL IBT listening. The first is main idea. Every listening sample will begin in the same way with a main idea question. This question asks you to identify the main point of the lecture or conversation. They usually take one of the following forms. First, what the problem does the man have? What is the lecture mainly about? And what are the speaker mainly discussing? Tips to do this main idea question is use your note and eliminate choices that don't fit. And the third is detailed questions. In this detailed question require you to understand and remember explicit detail or a fact from a lecture or a conversation. And the strategy is the first, take note of major details, not minor. The second is, do not choose an answer only because it contains word or phrase from conversation or lecture. And the third is, check the main idea again. Here is the example of detailed question. The first is, what result from the invention of the eggs? And then, according to the professor, what is the one way that eggs can affect Y? And the third is, according to the professor, what is the main problem with the X theory? The tips to do this question is refer to your and don't be distracted by wording. And then function questions. This type of question tests how well you understand the function of an utterance or stance or attitude that speaker express. And the tips for to do this function question is the first, reply questions. The second is function example. For example is apologizing, changing the subject, complaining, clarifying, asking for more information, making a suggestion, expressing doubt, interrupting, and exchange. The function may not match what the speaker directly states. Attitude question. Understanding question tests whether you understand a speaker attitude or opinion, or maybe ask a question about the speaker feeling, likes and dislike, or listen for anxiety or amusement. And for example is, does the speaker sound apologetic, confused, or enthusiastic? The tips to do this question is, never given explicitly pay attention to the first, the speaker tone of voice, and the second is the speaker vocabulary.
Next is organization questions. In understanding organization questions, you may be asked about the overall organization of the listening passage, or you may be asked about the relationship between two portions of the listening passage. For the example, how does the professor organize the information about X? Why does the professor mention X? The tips for understanding organization question is first, common question in lectures, not conversations. Refer to your notes. Pay attention to the comparisons made by the professor. The next is connecting content questions. Require you to make connections between or among pieces of information in the text. Your ability to integrate information from different parts of the listening passage, to make inferences, to draw conclusions, to form generalizations, and to make predictions is tested. For example, what can be inferred about X? What does the professor imply about X? The tips of answer connecting content question is pay attention to sequence words, identify terms, steps, and process, and use numbers to organize your notes. Inference questions usually have to reach a conclusion based on facts present in the listening passage. The tips not stated in the lecture or conversation, make a conclusion and think of the implied message. After knowing the strategies and tips, let's try to see an example. This is an example of the first question. By seeing this question, what type of question do you think this question belongs to? Yups, this question is a function question. The answer to this question is C. Go to another place by seeing the keyword come with me to place I know. In the conversation, we know that the woman takes the man to another place to eat on Canal Street. This is an example of the second question. By seeing this question, what type of question do you think this question belongs to? Yups, you're right. This question is a connecting content question. And the answer to this question is C. The film hasn't been processed yet. By seeing the keyword, the film is still in the camera. In the conversation, we know that the film is still in the camera, so it hasn't been processed yet. and the woman can see the picture. This is the example of the third question. By seeing this question, what type of question do you think this question belongs to? Question is a guess content question, and the answer to this question is D. Someone else borrowed his calculator. By seeing the keyword, it's already loaned to someone. In the conversation, we know that someone is borrowing the man's calculator. This is an example of the last question in this video. By seeing this question, what type of question do you think this question belongs to? Yaps, this question is a guess content question, same like the previous question. And the answer to this question is C. He needs tea to feel alert by seeing the keyword. He needs tea to feel alert. In the conversation, we know that the man chose to drink tea for breakfast. I hope you enjoy and this video can help your problem. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.